Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today I want to talk to you about my new trade copy service, and I want to talk to you about what it is, what all is involved, and also how to install the software that you will need to receive all my trades. Okay, first of all, I use my Easy Harmonic indicator, which I have loaded right here, to place all the trades with, and all the trades that I place will be automatically copied into your account. Okay, and basically you don't have to do anything at all other than set up and install the software and occasionally check your account and make sure the trades are doing what I believe they will be doing. um, you know Watch your account balance, make sure it's not running too deep negative, check your free margin, check your equity, check your balance, check all these numbers down here on the bottom just to make sure everything's in par and that you're not in any kind of jeopardy of losing money. So basically, um, what I do is I use a 4-hour chart, and whenever I receive a harmonic pattern, right here is not, but um, for illustration purposes only, we're going to pretend there's a harmonic pattern here, and this is the entry point. All right. So on a 4-hour chart, this had a bearish pattern and a super signal pointing down. Okay. And what I do is I'll come to the daily and weekly to get an overall big picture of how the market's going to go and to get an idea of the trend. And you see the last super signal that was shown was a down arrow or bearish, meaning a strong sell. And there was a daily resistance line that was drawn here. And this is the highest point in which the price has gone in the last few days. It's broken just slightly, but it comes right back down. So this is kind of the range right here where your resistance or ceiling is, and this blue support line here, this is your daily support line. So this is kind of like a range, high and low, of where the price has been going the last few days. Now, it is my belief that the price eventually will break and come down, which probably will take some time. If you come into the weekly and look at the weekly chart, you see the same thing. Basically, you see a down arrow, and the price has been hitting this weekly resistance line, and it's fighting to come back down. Now, if you come over to the monthly, now on a monthly, you see a bullish harmonic pattern, right? And the last super signal you see was the up arrow. So the overall big picture is bullish. Okay, this price is slated to go up, but since this is the monthly chart and the lower time frames are showing bearish that the price will come down, in order for the price to come up and even hit this red line up here where this monthly resistance is, it's going to take a few more weeks, maybe another month, for it to actually hit that level. All right. So with that said, I'm not looking for long-term trading. I'm just looking to get in and get out. So all my trades are going to be based on a 4-hour chart, like I told you. And what I do is I convert to a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart, basically, to kind of get an idea of where to place a trade. Right now, I just see the price shooting down. Maybe there's some news that broke out, which proved my theory that this price is going to go down. But just for illustration purposes here, you see the price have been coming up to this, where this 5-minute resistance line is. It's been going up and down for the last few hours. All right, and what I'll do is I'll draw imagine a horizontal line. Draw a line somewhere right about here. okay? Because I assume that the price will, at least reach this level. Probably will go a little higher. We don't know. Like I said, right now at this point in time, it is shot down quite a bit, which is good, and that's fine. And what I'll do is I'll come over to the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour. Now I just hit this. It says weak on resistance, but it's basically just a resistance level, and it'll shoot back up. Now, probably what will happen is it'll probably come back up to this one of these two blue lines here, since it has already shot down. And but I'm still using this as a guide, okay? And I'm gonna keep this green line here. I'm gonna draw another one for my take profit level, okay? And we see that it has broken. It's come down here. So I'm shooting for about 100 pips, okay? And this is 1.12316. So probably right in this range here. Alright. So this is the operating range which I'm looking at trading. Alright. I said the price has come down here now. So if in the next hour the price happens to shoot back up and comes up to this level, then what I can do is place a sell trade and just wait for the price to come back down, okay, and hit my take profit level. If it doesn't, then so be it. I'll move on to another trade. But and this is just for illustration purposes, but I just want to let you know how I trade, okay. And also, I do not use a stop loss, okay. Now, it has been debated, and I have tested this theory over the last 6 months, and I have studied what top traders have done, and many top traders use a stop loss and many do not. Most I've researched do not use a stop loss, and many Forex brokers do what's called hunting your stop loss, and they will actually have software and algorithms in their trading to detect your stop loss, and they can adjust the spread and their commissions and swap fees and stuff like this to help ensure that you lose all your money. So I personally do not use a stop loss in all my trading. Alright, I want to put that out there. I may in the future, but at this point in time I do not use a stop loss, and I do not have any plans on using one anytime soon. So if that is not your trading style and you do not like how I trade, then this trade copy service is not for you. Alright, but I've tested this theory, this strategy, over the last 6 months or so, maybe even longer, I can't remember. But I've taught hundreds of students of mine, and so far it has worked for nearly all my students. And I will continue teaching this method. Alright. So anyhow, that's how I trade in a nutshell. This is how I find my entry points and exit points. So it's real simple. Alright, how I trade. And so let me show you real quick how to install the software, okay? A little bit about how I trade. And the software I'm using is by a company called AutoFXPro.com. And I have a trade copier on my master account, okay? You do not see my master account here because I have my master account running on a VPS, and I do recommend getting a VPS, which is a virtual private server or virtual computer in layman's terms. And you will basically need to use software running 24 hours a day. You don't have to, but you may miss some trades, and I can't guarantee, that there won't have any problems if you shut the computer off. So my best advice is to leave this computer running, leave your software running 24 hours a day. Don't shut your computer off. If you think that you may have a power outage or loss of the internet from your internet company, then I highly recommend getting a VPS. You can get a decent VPS for about $10 a month. It is not too expensive. um, I run a high-end VPS because I do a lot of high frequency trading, and I also run a signal service and monitor over 25 different currency pairs over 4 different MetaTrader platforms. So I need a lot of speed and high-end usage for a VPS. But for you, if you're just running just this trade copy service, you do not need to spend a ton of money on a VPS. Okay, I'll let that out right now. And you don't even have to have a VPS, but like I said, I would definitely get one if you plan on doing this long term. Okay. So I will send. You can go to this website and download the software, but I will send you the trade receiver software. Okay. I will email it to you, and once you receive it in an email, I want you to download the software. And for me, I just download it to the desktop of my computer. I'm running Windows 10. You may be running another Mac or whatever. I don't know. But I'm just showing you on Windows 10 because that's probably common for most people. And once you have it downloaded, click on File right here, okay? And then go to Open Data folder and go to Desktop or wherever you have it downloaded and find the file, okay? This says autofxpro.com, trade receiver free. All right. Now, do not click on it. All right. Do not left click on it. If you just click on it, it's going to ask you for a program to install with. And let me do it. Yeah, see here, it asked me an app or some type of program to install with, and there really is no program to install with. The program to install it is MetaTrader, but you're not using this to install it. You have to install the file into MetaTrader. So just get out of that and just right click, okay? Right click on this and hit copy, okay? Some people didn't understand that, but then go back in your browser here, okay? Go to MQL4 folder here, all right? Click on this or double click, open it up, and go to experts right here, okay? Just right click on this and then hit paste. And for me, it's just going to ask me to replace it. No problem. And then you can go into the extra folder. Just make sure it's there. Actually did copy, which it will. And then close this out. And close out the MetaTrader software altogether, okay? And open it up again, okay? Open up the MetaTrader. And it will take a few seconds for it to log back in. Okay, we see it down here logging in. Has a little chime. Alright. And so we see here it's trading. This trade has dropped pretty nicely. It's slated to come back up. But anyhow, you should see the autofxpro.com trade receiver free right here under expert advisors in your navigator window, okay? If you do not have this, come up here and click where it says navigator right here, okay, with a little star. Alright, and it should appear. See there? It disappeared. And then come over here and click on this, and alright, just grab it and drag and drop it onto the desktop or to your chart. Alright. And make sure you have allow live trading, this box checked, and these two boxes checked. Alright. Say allow DLL imports and allow import of external experts. Make sure those two boxes are checked. The other ones are optional. Enable alerts, that's fine if you check that, no problem. Should be defaulted anyways. Do not worry about dependencies and do not worry about. Click OK. And it should ask you to update your software. Okay. And just hit yes. It'll take a few seconds to to download and update, depending on your internet speed. And just hit OK and it'll close out. And then you just drag and drop it again. And just make sure boxes are checked, which it should be. Hit OK. Alright. Now it will load this box right here, which is your trade receiver software. Alright, this is where you're going to be receiving all your trades. And this will communicate with my computer, and all the trades I place will be copied into your account. Alright, so when you first get it, I'm connected right now, but let's see here. It should show, oops, hold on. Okay, it should look like this when you first load your computer. Okay, when you first load this, you should have a red X right here, and it should say receiver is disabled. You are the receiver. Okay, you are not activated yet. Alright, so click on provider list right here. Alright, and this whole box right here should be blank. Alright, now I've already set this up, prior to this video to make sure everything works. But what you do is come right here where it says account number. Alright, this is very important. Pay attention to this. But you enter my account number for my master account that I'm trading with, which is 373449. Okay, and then for description, you can put whatever you want here. Just put David Soto Master like that. Alright, and then just click the plus sign right here, and it'll install it. Mine says account number already existed. That's fine because I've already installed it. But once it installs, it'll come up like this, and you should see a green dot right here. The green dot only means that my account is active and working. Okay, does not mean you are actually connected to me yet. Okay, that's very important. We're going to do it here in a second. Click OK, and it'll take you back to the main screen. Alright, and it should still say receiver is disabled and have a red X here. Okay, no problem. First thing of business here, it says mode. Alright, mode. It says remote and local. There are two options for you. Leave it on remote. If you put on local, what that means is you have another account on your personal computer that you're receiving trades from, basically. You can be trading for yourself. So you do not want to put it on local. You want to leave it on remote. Okay, that's the default. Also, this transmission data here, it says trading alert. Alright. Now this will be optional for you. I don't know, if you want to set it on alert. But basically, if you put it on alert, what's going to happen is every time I place a trade, you will receive alert on your computer, a message on your computer that says David Soto trade copy or whatever just placed a trade for Euro USD or whatever currency pair. Okay, and you can log into your computer and check and do your own analysis and say, okay, well, I see what David Soto is doing here. Looks like a good trade to take. I think I'll go ahead and take it, and you can manually place that trade. Okay, doing your own analysis. But if you just want to receive all my trades and just put 100% faith in me and not have to worry about having to constantly jump on your computer, or if you don't have time, which most people here who use my trade copy service work a full-time job or have family obligations, etc. So I would say just leave it on trade right here. That's the default setting, and it will just copy all the trades that I place right to your account. And if for some reason you decide that you don't want to copy my trades no more, then you can switch it to alert, and you will not receive all my trades. Okay. Now the next is max slippage. All right. Now this, for whatever reason, there may be problems with the internet, etc. Your power may go out. I don't know. It might be an interruption somewhere along the line. that would cause a delay in receiving my trades. Okay, and I use a VPS which is based in Germany, and it's pretty high speed. So normally, when I place a trade, the trades would copy within a second or two. I mean, it's pretty fast. But there are times when there will be a delay, and the slippage is set to 50 points, which is default. And you can change this if you want, but I suggest leaving it on 50 points. And what this means is that there would be a 50-point variation, and if the price happens to fluctuate like it is right now, you see it dropping. As long as it stays within that 50-point fluctuation, you will still receive the trade. Okay, so no problem. You might not get the same amount of pips as I get, whatever, but you still come in profit in the end if there happens to be a disruption. All right, next thing here, it says set lot size by. The default is provider risk scaling. Okay, this is what it looked like when you first load it, or it should. But provider risk scaling, do not mess with this. I would not, because what happens is it will scale it up. It will basically I'm trying to think here. Let's leave that alone. Anyways, I don't mess with that. But the second thing here is multiply by provider's lot size. Okay, this also I would stay away from. Do not use this. Okay, this will multiply my lot size by whatever. Okay, and you can set this to 0.10, whatever you want. But again, it may cause your trade, if you have a negative trade, it may cause it to blow up and potentially blow your account. So I do not recommend either this risk scaling or lot size. Okay. Now, what I do recommend is using right here where it says ratio receiver's balance or a fixed lot size. Let me explain the two. First, I'll show you the fixed lot size. Okay. Fixed lot size just means you can put in whatever lot size you want. If you want to, if you don't want to risk losing any money and play it safe, just start with a 0.01, which is the default, and just slowly over time increase that amount by 0.02 or 3 or whatever. Just slowly increase that over time, and you should be fine. But I would leave it on this default right here. All right, and which says ratio receiver's balance. Now what happens is your lot size will be a set lot size, but it will slowly increase over time with your account balance as your account balance increases. So the more money you make, the higher your lot size will increase, and your profits will steadily increase. So basically, it will compound your money over time, and which is the whole idea behind the trade copy service, is to have you slow and steady profits. Okay, so what I recommend, the default that you will see right here, it will show 0.10 per every $1,000. All right, and I do not like that default setting. So what I recommend for your safety of your funds and proper money management is to use 0.01, which I have highlighted right here, okay, per every $500. All right, now $500, I chose this amount because that is the minimum amount that I recommend depositing to start my trade copy service. You can deposit less. That's just your choice. It's between you and your broker, whatever their minimum is. I would caution you though, the absolute bare minimum that you would want to use for this would be $100. You know, because you don't want to risk blowing your account. You want to have more than enough money and a low enough lot size so that any trades that do run negative, until they reverse and come back the positive, you won't wipe out your account. Okay, so that's the whole idea behind this. So stick with this ratio right here, and you should be perfectly fine. All right, and you know, it may take 6 months to a year. I don't know, but depending on how much you start with initially, you may start with $5,000, $10,000. I don't know, and I don't know what your goal is as far as monthly income, but you know, whatever your goal is, it may take you 6 months, it may take a year, 2 years. I don't know, but what I do know is that using this ratio right here, your profits will slowly grow over time and be compounded over time. All right. Now, I do not recommend using the profits that you make on Forex to pay for this trade copy service. A lot of people want to do that, but my advice is to just leave the money in here. All right. And if you can make a few $1,000s in profit, then slowly start taking some of that money out. Start taking a few $100s, $500, whatever, and reward yourself. Okay. Now that is taken care of. The next order of business is max lot size. All right, just leave that on 0 because then it'll be unlimited. Okay. You do not want to set a maximum lot size. You can, but I would just leave that default. Now right here, this is your, it says if equity DD reaches. Basically, this is the maximum amount of equity in your account and what will happen if it reaches that amount. So this is like all the money in your account, basically. And if it reaches 99%, you know, if the trades run negative and it hits 99%, then it will close all the trades. And first of all, you don't want to close all your trades because then if they're negative, you just lost everything. And two, if it hits 99%, you've pretty much lost everything anyways. Okay, so what I would recommend is a lower. And this is up to you, but 70, 80%, 75%. For me, I just put 80%. You may want to put less. And I do not want it to close my trades, but instead I want it to stop copying. Okay, and that's what you want to choose. That way you won't be receiving any more trades from me. If you have a bunch of trades that run negative and it looks like it might potentially wipe your account out, stop the copy and just leave it alone and let the trades come back in the profit before any more trades will be executed. And if it does drop back down, then more trades will be executed. All right. Hopefully it won't get to that level, but that's just a safety net basically. All right. The next item here says copy filter. Basically, make sure all 4 check boxes are checked. Have a check mark, and it says entry, stop loss, take profit, exit. I'm not using a stop loss, so it really don't matter here. But you know, just make sure all 4 boxes are checked, so that if there's any modifications to the trades, or anything I do to my trades, you will receive those modifications. Next is order filter. Okay, and it says buy, sell, and pending. Make sure all 3 of those are checked as well. All right, and then custom pair and inverted copy, you do not need to mess with those. Okay, do not check those. Inverted copy just means if you think that all my trades or signals are bad and they keep going the opposite direction, then you can simply click on the inverted copy and it will do the opposite of whatever I trade. Plain and simple. But I don't recommend getting into that. I know I'm not perfect, but you're more or less gambling at this point when you do an inverted copy thing. And we're not here to gamble, okay? We're here to, slow and steady make money and trade methodically by, looking at charts. Anyhow, once you have all that done here and you have my account number plugged in, click this button down here that says disabled. All right, and you will see this red X disappear, and then you will see this button change to enabled. All right, now this means you are connected to me. All right, and basically you're done. Now what you do is come down here to the trade tab, and you should, if I have trades open, you should start automatically receiving the trades that I have open. All right, here's some trades I placed earlier with my trade copier, and look, they're all in profit, every one of them. All right, not bad, huh? So anyhow, I'm not bragging, but I was just testing this out in demo earlier, make sure everything was working properly before I made this video. But that is that. Also, I almost forgot one other thing. In order for all this to work, you need to go to Tools and Options. Okay, this is also very important. Go to the Expert Advisor tab right here. Click on Expert Advisor and click on Allow Automated Trading if it's not selected. And just make sure these two boxes here are checked, and then these two boxes here are checked as well. All right. So basically, every box has to be checked except for this one. All right. And then in here, you have two empty boxes right here. Okay. In the first box, all right, you want to type in, you want to double click and then type in http copy.autofxpro.com. Okay. And then in the second box, you want to do almost the same thing. It's http://register.autofxpro.com. Okay. Very, very important that you put this in, because if not, it will not sync with the server and allow you to copy my trades. So basically, this server is like a middleman, kind of, sort of. I'm placing a trade. My trade goes to the server, autofxpro.com, and then it comes to your account. So that's where that slippage thing comes in. There could be a slight delay in the internet transaction. So just make sure all those two boxes are filled out properly, and click OK, and you should be good. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. I try to make myself available. I do have to sleep sometime, but reach out to me. I have a Facebook group. I have two Facebook groups, but my main Facebook group is Binary Options and Forex Made Easy. Okay, and if you're not a member yet, I'll leave a link in the description of this video where you can go to and sign up. And then we have general discussions and any ideas about trading. It's basically a community that helps people become better traders. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post in there. If you ask a question about pips, lot sizes, what is binary options, what is Forex, how do I trade this, how do I trade that, don't hesitate to reach out and communicate with people in my group. And you can post a question, myself or one of the other members of my group can reach out to you and help you. All right. Secondly, I have a secret Facebook group. Okay, I have a secret Facebook group that I created just for this trade copy service. Okay, in which only the members in my trade copier are involved. All right, and in here we will discuss all the trades that I have placed And if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions for improvement, anything like that, anything of that nature, you don't like a certain trade, or you think I could have done it better, or you like my analysis, or you just want to understand what I did or how I did it, please feel free to post your comments and suggestions in the group. What I do not want in any of my groups is trash talking or belittling or just being just downright nasty about myself or anyone else. I do not tolerate that, and I do not tolerate cussing or swearing. If I see that you are just being totally belligerent and totally hateful toward myself or anyone else in my group, I do reserve the right to kick you out of my group. And but with that said, we're all adults and we're here to work together, and I'm definitely open up to all your ideas and suggestions, and I will work with you as much as possible to ensure that you do make money and you never lose any money. Okay, that is not the purpose of this. The purpose of this trade copy service, in all honesty, is to help you become a better trader. I do not want you to have to rely on someone else to trade for you. Okay, I have a signal service, and if you want my easy harmonic indicator, please contact me about it. But the thing is, I only have the service here because I know many people don't have the time to trade. They're busy at work, family obligations, etc., etc. So this will enable you to build a steady income. But you really need to be able to spend an hour or two every day trading on your own and practicing, at least on demo, to get a feel for trading and become a better trader. And if you can do at least several hundred trades on demo and get a good feel for how to trade, and you can consistently be in profit, okay, then you can switch to a live account and trade on your own. All right. And if you do trade on a live account with your own efforts, I highly suggest that you use a separate account. Do not use the account that you use for the trade copy service, because it may interfere with equity or whatever. I don't know long term. I have placed trades on my own live account, which I have connected to this, and it did not affect anything. But um, just for our sake, I guess, I don't want you placing any other additional trades on this account that you use for trade copier, okay? And with that said, I think I covered everything. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Facebook or leave a message in my Facebook group, and myself or another member of my group will get back to you, and we can discuss any issues or problems you may have. Thank you, and have a good day.